Morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are joining us from around the world. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you to another enriching edition of our online leadership and personal development conversation series. Every week, we bring together remarkable minds to discuss ideas that inspire better leadership, stronger businesses, healthier relationships, and purposeful living. Today's conversation promises to be one of those discussions that can genuinely reshape how we define success. If this is your first time joining us, you are especially welcome. If you are one of our regular viewers, thank you for being part of this growing learning community. Before we begin, may I ask you to touch the share button and share this broadcast to those people you might think will need it. I remain Comfort Eyitayo, your regular host for Connect with Comfort show. On this program, we aim to add value to people on business enterprise and personal growth. We also feature special guests who are usually subject matter experts that helps us to share more insight on the topic of the day. You are most welcome. Today's conversation is titled The Wealth You Cannot See. At first glance, it sounds almost contradictory. After all, isn't wealth something we can see? Money, buildings, cars, businesses, jewelry, investment portfolios, luxury lifestyles. These are things we can see and we usually call successes. That is the definition of wealth many people have grown up with. But if life has taught us anything, it is this. Some of the richest people financially are among the poorest emotionally. Some have impressive bank balances but broken families. Some possesses great possession but very little peace of mind. Some have accumulated fortunes yet have lost their reputation. Others enjoy enormous influence but very little fulfillment. On the other hand, we know people whose bank accounts may not make newspaper headlines, yet they are deeply respected, trusted, joyful, influential, healthy, and fulfilled. Why? Why is that? Because there is another form of wealth. That's why we have such a wealth that cannot always be photographed, a wealth that cannot be stolen overnight, a wealth that grows quietly and compound over time. That invisible wealth includes character, integrity, credibility, wisdom, relationships, emotional intelligence, good health, faith, purpose, reputation, resilience, and the likes of those. The ability to create value for others is also defined as wealth. Ironically, these invisible assets often determine whether visible wealth will be created, sustained, or eventually lost. This evening, we are going beyond financial success. We are discussing the hidden treasures that shape ordinary lives. To help us unpack this important topic, we have our special guest for today's show already in the house, waiting for us to beckon on him. And this we shall do shortly after this time out. So please remain connected. We'll be right back. Thank you. Thank you, and you're welcome back. Like I said earlier, we already have our guest in the house, and our guest for today's show is no other than Olanrewaju Olaguju. Olanrewaju Olaguju is an education leader, founder, Cosmate multimedia creative strategist, AI and digital innovation advocate. Olanrewaju is an education administrator and creative strategy who helps organizations grow through innovation, discipline, execution, and purposeful leadership. Across more than a decade in education, design, and digital communication, he has built a reputation for pairing strategic thinking with creative craft to deliver measurable results. He is the founder of Cosmate Multimedia, a design, branding, and publishing practice serving schools, businesses, and institutions, delivering brand identities, institutional publication, book publishing, and educational communications. Alongside this, he holds a senior school leadership role where it drives academic excellence, operational efficiency, and organizational growth through stronger standards, performance systems, and a culture of accountability. An early adopter of emerging technology, he is committed to using artificial intelligence to strengthen education, creativity, and business innovation, from AI assisted design and digital publishing to workflow automation and music production. He is also a writer and a public speaker and a committed mentor who champions value-based education that develops young leaders of integrity and character. Excellence is not an event, but a culture built intentionally through innovation, integrity, creativity, and continuous growth. This is according to our special guest of the day. And from his bios, you can see that he's an all-rounder and vastly experienced in many subject matter. We are glad to have you today on Connect with Comfort Show, and for the benefit of our viewers, Olanrewaju Olaguju is one of our pillars for this show. He has been very supportive. He's responsible
Thank you,
for
ma.
all our designs and always there at our beck and call. We appreciate you highly. Larry, thank you very
Thank you
much for
very
all
much.
that you do. God bless you.
Thank you very much, ma. Yes, ma. Amen.
Thank
Amen,
you.
ma. Thank you, ma. Yes, ma.
Thank you. So we go straight to the segment that will help us to expand on this very important topic. One of the reasons I was particularly excited about today's topic is that society often celebrates what is visible, like titles, possessions, luxury, and public achievements, while overlooking the invisible qualities that make those achievements possible and sustainable. So I had like to begin right at the foundation. The foundation of this conversation will help us to understand better what we mean by invisible wealth. So when you
Well,
hear the phrase, the wealth you cannot see, what immediately comes to mind? How would you define invisible wealth in practical terms?
good. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, thank you so much, ma, for this opportunity. Yeah, to describe invisible wealth to me is everything that increases your value before it increases your income. I mean, everything that increases your value before it increases your wisdom. It is a quality people don't immediately see. They don't see it. You know, when we talk about wealth, most people think about money, like you have laid down in the intro, properties, investment. But there is something deeper. There is a deeper thing that makes that wealth come out. So invisible wealth is everything that increases your value before it increases your income. And your integrity, reputation, wisdom, emotional intelligence, and all that, they are assets that eventually produce visible success. That is your growth that is not seen, that is just there, that looks like people are not seeing it, is not measurable easily. That's what invisible wealth means. That's to my understanding.
Thank you very much for that definition, in-depth definition. So would you say that invisible wealth is actually more valuable than financial wealth, and why?
E- Exactly. Exactly. Invisible wealth is very, very important and more important than wealth. Money is a result, but invisible wealth is a cause. Invisible wealth is what causes people to have money because it's what is your character. People deal with character. People want to deal with people with integrity, and with that, that would increase your income. That will increase trust. That will increase belief in you, and people can trust fund into your hand and you will grow from there. So invisible wealth is far better than the visible wealth.
That's a powerful perspective, Larry, because it immediately broadens our understanding of wealth. So let's build on that. Why we chase visible wealth? Why do you think society places so much emphasis on visible wealth while paying little relatively little attention to invisible wealth. Has social media
Yes,
made this imbalance even more pronounced?
exactly. You said it right. Visible wealth is easy to measure. Invisible wealth takes time to recognize. Like you said, social media has amplified the whole thing because what we see online now is the success. They just see somebody with cars, you just see somebody with the finished work. Those people don't take time to show you how they grind, what they did, how they put work into it to get to that level. But all you see online is the social media, is the celebration. And social media has made that lifestyle even worse because most the young generation are looking at the lifestyle, but they are not looking at the sacrifice behind it. They are not looking at what that person had gone through to achieve that. So social media is really, really uh, is not helping in showcasing that. Is because it shows more of the visible words, which
Than the
is not what we
invisible.
want to see. Yes, ma, than the invisible words.
Fantastic. So if appearances can be misleading in this wise, what social media shows, then perhaps we need to examine the foundation beneath lasting success.
Yes, ma.
So let us look at some of the capital beneath lasting success. You have spoken about character as an invisible asset. How
Yes.
does character become a form of capital that creates opportunities throughout life? And can you recall an example where character opened doors that qualifications alone could not?
Yes, character is one of the assets, that follows you into every room. Before you even speak, skills get you hired. Before you even say something. But character determines whether people continue trusting you. For example, I do a lot of, I work with a lot of clients. I think early this year, a client called me and said, no, he reached out to his team and said, look, reach out to Larry. Is he still doing design? That's the last time we worked together was like 5 years. And she was like, is he still doing design? Find out. He called one of his staff to reach out to me. I said, yes, I'm into it. Said, this project, I know that only him that can deliver it. And that's like 5 years interval. And what was she relying on? She was relying on the character, the way we work together. These guys understood me. He understand what we want to do, and this is the only person I can trust this capital, this job to. So character, because then while we were working, we're praying. I was playing. I was doing what I need to be do. I was not overbilling or doing any other shady things. So that character trait was able to refer me. After 5 years, when we lost contact, she was still looking for me to do the job. So character is a great capital in life to have. A good character open doors
That's,
for you.
thank you very much for that explanation and a very good example to uh, just play the importance of character. You part of what you also mentioned as invisible wealth is reputation. I mean, some people will even say
Yes,
reputation is an invisible currency. People often say
yes,
that your reputation takes you years to build and only moments to destroy. Why is reputation such an important form of wealth? How can young professionals intentionally build credibility from the very beginning of their careers?
yes. Well, you've said it right. Reputation is your resume before anyone reads your CV. Your reputation, what people have said about you, or what people know about you. And for young professionals, I think there are some very key things we need to put in place. Number one is keep promises. When you say you are going to deliver on a project, deliver on a project. Meet deadlines. When you say this is the day we are delivering, do it. Make sure those deadlines are met. Now, the third thing is you should be very, very dependable. You should be very, very dependable. Like people can rely on you. Like, okay, you can do this job, and when you are asked to do it, you deliver on it. Then let consistency build your credibility. Credibility. Be consistent. Be consistent in what you are doing. Be consistent. Be always doing the right thing when you are supposed to do it. Deliver at the right time. Keep promises and make sure you fulfill them. Meet deadlines. Be dependable. And with that, your reputation is built. So that reputation will be what will be your recommendation for another project and another gig that you might have.
Fantastic, fantastic. Beyond reputation, another invisible asset shapes almost every opportunity we receive,
Yes.
and that is relationship. Many successful people say their greatest opportunities came from relationships rather than advertisements. How do meaningful relationships become a form of wealth? What is the difference between genuine networking and simply collecting contact details?
Yeah, that's straightforward. Networking is collecting contacts. When you network, you collect contacts, you know people. But relationships are built by creating trust. Real networking asks for how can I add value instead of what can I get. Networking is looking for what can I get. But when you are building relationship, you are looking for how can I add value to you? How can I get, how can I add value to whatever you are doing? Which in turn will bring increase to you because it's value. Relationship focus more on the value you are giving, not what you want to get from that network that you have done.
Fantastic. So, relationship may open doors, but staying inside often depends on another quality, and that quality is emotional intelligence.
Intelligent.
Technical competence may get someone employed, but emotional intelligence often determines long term success. Why is emotional intelligence such an important invisible asset? What practical habits help people strengthen their emotional intelligence?
Yeah, yeah. For us to keep a very good relationship, yeah, emotional intelligence is really really key. Is very very important. And some habits that I think I've developed over years is I listen very well before responding, which is a very key. You need to listen before responding. And when you are in meetings and conflicts are happening, it's very good to pause before reacting. Very very good to let it sink in. Then most time I think so that's what emotional intelligence does. It make you seek to understand. You want to understand where each person is coming from before you react and reflect after difficult conversations. Like sometimes after my conversation I go home, I reflect, oh, what happened, did I overdo this, did I sell this less, did I do so. Those are the things that will help you keep your relationship better, because if you can take time to listen and before you react, you understand what is going on. You understand the scenario around what's the relationship you're trying to build, and you understand the client or whatever person involved. And you reflect after. If you reflect, you will see where you are doing too much, where you're not doing too much, and you can adjust and make sure that you keep good relation and healthy relationships.
Thank you very much for that explanation.
Hello,
We
ma.
must learn the art of listening
Okay.
because sometimes we jump to wrong conclusion if we don't listen or preempt
Yeah,
wrongly what the outcome of
exactly.
communication is. So thank you very much. Another invisible wealth many people neglect is trust, integrity, and trust. They are very important. Integrity is often described as doing the right thing even when no one is watching. How does integrity create opportunities that money simply cannot buy? Can lost trust ever be fully restored?
Hmm. That's a very, very wonderful question, ma. Yes, integrity is very key, and like you defined it, is doing the right thing even when no one is looking at you, when no one is seeing you. So you just have that mind of doing the right thing. Be accountable to yourself first. That, oh, if this person is not seeing me, am I doing the right thing? And the other part of the question is, can trust be restored? Yes, but it will take a long time to rebuild. It will take trust through consistent action and not convincing words. Words have never built trust. Yeah, you get that. I will change. I will change. Does not build trust. But the actions, are you doing it? You have to be consistent action in doing that thing that you lost that trust for before now. You change your habits and keep doing the right thing. So if you have an issue of delaying clients' work, what can change it? What can build that trust is delivering on time. Change the habit to make sure you are delivering at the right time consistently. And that trust can be rebuilt. Oh, okay, this guy is trustworthy. Maybe
It's
maybe it
changing
was a
now.
challenge then, yeah, that I
Mm,
had then, but it can be done. So it's possible.
thank you. So, one of the greatest investments anyone can make is an investment in the mind. What that means is
Yes.
knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge can be acquired through study, while wisdom often
Yes.
comes through experience. How do knowledge and wisdom work together as an invisible wealth? If someone wants to remain valuable in today's fast changing world, what learning habits would you recommend?
Hmm. Knowledge tells you what to do. Wisdom tells you when, why, and how to do it. For like you said, ma, you keep acquiring knowledge every day. You keep acquiring knowledge. You don't stop. You don't stop. So the day we stop learning, we start dying. You keep learning. You keep acquiring new knowledge, and to stay at top of the game, you need to cultivate the habit of reading daily or consume information, healthy informations daily. Reading, watching tutorials, doing some things, listen to podcasts like we are now, attend seminars is very, very important. Get new knowledge, learn from mentors, have mentors that you are following online for the young ones. There are a lot of mentors you can follow online on LinkedIn. Look at what they are posting, engage in the content they are sharing, reflect after every major experience. These are habits to keep being informed. I love to be in top of things, in top of trends. What is happening? I want to know more. Even in my field in design, I want to know more. What are the new things that are involved? So this comes because I'm always there to read what is trending, what is new. I want to be at the top of the game every time, every time. So knowledge and wisdom go hand in hand, and you need to continue to have knowledge grow with
Habits.
time and yes, ma'am.
Thank you. While knowledge strengthens the mind, another invisible asset that strengthens the whole person is health as wealth. You hear people say health is wealth,
As well.
yet many pursue financial success at the expense of their physical and mental well-being. Why should health be viewed as one of life's greatest investments? How can busy professionals create healthier routine without sacrificing productivity?
Yeah, health is the engine that powers everything. Health with health, health is the engine that powers the wealth. So without health, productivity will definitely drop.
Yes.
Creativity will reduce. Decision making will suffer without good health. I think 2 months ago I was suffering from a very serious backache, and this is because I sit down most of the time. I that's my source of living. That's where I am. So I had to do that, but I had to learn some new things, and some of the habits I learned recently was after every 45 minutes of walk, I stand up, I walk around, I move. Yeah, you need to walk around.
That's usually
You need to
yes.
drink water. Yes,
Yes.
as frequently as possible. You need to drink water, stay hydrated. Sleep
Yes.
is very important. I know as we grow up, will be our sleep time begin to reduce, but please, sleep is very, very important. And healthy sleep, then stretching. Maybe in the morning, just do some little stretch that is not over stretching the body, but
Mhm.
take short breaks. Take short breaks. Vacation is very important to keep the wealth going so that we can even enjoy this wealth. Because if the health is gone and you have all this wealth in the bank, it will
Can
be a
use it.
waste. So it's good to balance it. Yeah, just do small habits won't affect. Take a little walk. I don't say take a little walk. When you walk for like 45 minutes, stand up, stretch, walk
Mm.
around, come back to it. And yes. And the even when you come back to it, you see a better way of doing that same thing you've been doing before.
You are right. You are right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So, as we approach the midpoint of our conversation this evening, let's reflect on one of the deepest dimensions of invisible wealth, and that is purpose, the wealth that gives meaning.
Yeah.
Many people achieve remarkable success, yet still feel empty inside. How does purpose transform success into significance for someone who feels uncertain about their life's direction? What practical first steps would you recommend to begin discovering their purpose?
Okay. Purpose is very, very key to anyone. Purpose, success hacks. Success will always are what can I achieve? But purpose will be whose life will become better because I existed. That is purpose. When we begin to live beyond
What you are
ourselves, when we
standing
begin
for.
to think about what will what we are standing for. What will people benefit because I existed, because I'm here today? What are people going? So that is purpose, something that is bigger than you, something that you want to outlive you when you are gone. You still want people to reference that, wow, I impacted this person to start learning design. I look at some people I've trained and I see what they're doing, and that gives me joy, that gives me purpose. Like, okay, I've been able to replicate myself into tens. So that means the design business, everybody can still get what they need in it. So purpose it goes beyond us. It goes beyond you as an individual. What will people around me benefit? What will to convert to achievements?
The
They are
sheer
for
essence
other
of
people.
your the sheer essence of your living. Very good.
Yes, yes. That's purpose. Yes.
Thank you very much. The other one we have already touched on it is learning. You have already made us to realize that we have to continue to learn, uh,
Yeah.
build ourselves up, adopt a lifelong uh, learning habit and all that. So that one is
Yeah.
very important for us to um, mention again. Then the other one is wealth of resilience. Every successful person has experienced setbacks, disappointments, or failures at one time or the other, which is natural. How does resilience become an invisible asset that eventually produces visible success? Can resilience be intentionally developed, or is it something people are simply born with?
Resilience is a, I won't say people are naturally born into it. I think people grow into it. And determination brings resilience. When people are resolute about a thing, I saw a post 2 days ago by one of my mentors, and he was saying that in these days when everybody can build whatever they want to build without knowing how to code, you understand? He was talking about AI, what AI has brought into the system,
Yes.
that everybody can now build apps, can now build software. But he said it will still remain those of us with the right ethics that will still be in
Mhm.
the game after everything is said and done. So that's where resilience comes in. Your determination to succeed. You are just determined that I must achieve this. So resilience is built. You grow into it. It's a passion. It's a passion you build, and you say, no, this thing I must succeed in it, and you keep going after it. Even if you fail
You
nine hundred and
continue
ninety
to
nine times, you still continue pursuing it because
continue
you have
again.
that vision. Like the scriptures say, right? The vision, make it plain. So if you had that vision in your heart, like this is what I want to achieve, and you keep going. So most
Student
successful
ministry.
people have failed many times. Yes,
Mhm.
they keep failing, but they keep improving, getting
Pushing
better
forward.
results, and still going.
And
I'm
yeah,
pushing
as they say, resilience helps us recover from setback, and purpose gives us direction. So I think
exactly.
that really underscore that importance. The weight of serving others is another invisible form of wealth. There's a saying that the more value you create for others, the more valuable you become. How does serving others become a hidden form of wealth? Can generosity and service create opportunities that money alone cannot buy?
Exactly. The fastest way to become valuable is to become useful. That's the fastest way to become valuable. When people can't do without what you are offering, you are useful to people. You are useful. Everybody just the first thing anybody thinks, all I you can get this thing done. That is your value is becoming more and more. When you are useful, when you can think of things on the go and make things happen. I have some client that I just I have this idea. Let me share it with you. I know if I share it with you, something will come out of it. That is yes, that is I'm becoming useful rather than just being the designer alone. Now I've gotten to a stage. Oh, let's do it like this. Okay, let's do it. So when you become useful, you become valuable. Many opportunities begin with service. People just see a service. When I started design, okay, I do it for free for my church. I just do it. Okay, oh, this thing is good. This thing is good, and it becomes something people started paying for. Something, oh, I can really market this thing, and it became what I am today and what I've been doing. So people remember those who solve problems for them. If you have ever been in a need and someone has solved the problem, then that's service. So that service makes you useful and valuable. So it's very important. Service is very important. You can't do without it. You keep rendering service and people see importance in that, and that becomes the value placed on you as a person.
Thank you very much for that explanation. Service strengthens relationship, and relationship often shape opportunities. So service is very important. Then
Important.
building invisible wealth in the digital age. All that we've been talking about, we have to also factor in the technological age. Today, people often measure success by followers, like we talked about social media before, likes, and
Yeah.
online visibility. What invisible qualities remain indispensable even in this digital era? How can young professionals balance building an online presence with building genuine character?
Thank you, ma. Technology changes, it keeps changing, and it will continue to change. But character will never change. AI cannot replace integrity. No matter how AI tries, integrity is integrity. AI can never be empathetic like humans. AI can never replace wisdom, can never replace trust, can never replace leadership. These are traits that we are looking. They are invisible words that AI can never replace. This remains competitive advantage for young people. Build your integrity, make it stand. Build your empathy, wisdom. It cannot be taken away. Your trust level, the way people trust you, when you say you do a thing, you do it. AI can never do that for you or will never change that. So when you say you are trustworthy, people know that you are trustworthy. It's not dependent on technology now. So those are invisible wealth that people that we must retain, we must build and continuously build and take good advantage of that.
That response naturally brings our attention to the next generation. This new generation and the one that we are hoping to come needs a lot of advice, the Gen Zs and Gen
Yes.
Alpha, whatever you have them called. So, advice to young people: if you were mentoring a young graduate or entrepreneur just beginning their journey, what invisible assets would you encourage them to invest in before pursuing financial wealth? What common mistakes should they avoid?
Thank you, Ma. I would say before chasing money, invest in character. Before chasing money, invest in your character. Okay. 2 days ago, the school I consult for, they are graduating students, and I had opportunity to speak to the young graduates that are going out, and I was telling them that in the few years to come, employers will be looking at your social life. That's what they will be interested in. Who are you socially? Who are you online? That's what HR personnel will be looking out for, not even your CV anymore, because they want to see who are you online. Then you see you just dancing, and every time you are just showing your nudeness. That is who you
Yes.
are, because that's the perspective they will build about you. So I would say before that, you chase your character. Before you chase money, build a very good character. Build a very good communication skill. You can never go wrong when you can communicate properly, when you know what to say at the right time. For young entrepreneurs, build your problem solving ability. Think out of the box. Think out what is okay. This is what is trending now. What can I do to make it better? How can I solve this particular problem in the society? Emotional intelligence is very, very important. You have to have it, learn it, acquire it, use it properly. Then I will also say, I think, build the right relationships. Build the right relationships. Know the right people to work with, have the
Work
right
with
mentors, yes, and work with. And lastly, I think
guides.
discipline. Discipline. We can't do without it. Is a problem. Maybe because I work with schools, I see the level of indiscipline these days is out. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's
And
gone haywire. It's gone haywire.
a wire is out there. So
Mm.
discipline. When you are disciplined, people will respect you and people will want to invest in you. Yeah. Eh,
Okay, thank you very much. Another now I hope our young ones are taking to that. That's a golden advice. So let's turn our attention to another form of wealth, which is leadership. Many people aspire to leadership position. What forms of invisible wealth distinguishes outstanding leaders from merely successful managers? Can leadership survive without integrity?
that's a good question. Leadership without integrity will eventually lose followers. If you are a leader and you don't have integrity, uh, the people that are looking up to you, when they find that
You are
integrity is not there, they will eventually look away. So leadership is a very key tool to have, because leaders build people. They build people. If you can replicate yourself completely, then you're a great leader. It's not about just having people under you. When you can impact, when you can, outstanding leaders, they will have vision. They will have visions like, okay, this is my dream. I want to train 20,000 youths. I want to do this. I want to impact this life. I want people that will go out there to do. And outstanding leaders also have integrity. Like we said, integrity without leadership would lose followers. You will lose followers. A good leader is also a humble person. Humility is very key. You must have courage. A good leader must have courage, because when everybody is not seeing what you are seeing, you must still have the courage to move forward. And like, this is where we are going. And that's one of the good qualities of a great leader.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Leadership leaves an impact.
Like, I've seen the vision, I've seen the light. This is
okay. Right. Okay. Have you landed on your thoughts?
Yes, ma.
Okay. I said leadership leaves an impact, but legacy leaves an imprint. So the weight of legacy is another one that we should examine. When people remember us years from now, what do you believe they are most likely to remember? Our possession or something else? How can someone intentionally build a meaningful legacy beginning today? If you can respond to that quickly because of time.
Yes, ma'am. I think people really remember what you own. You might own a Maybach today, you might own 10 houses, but few years to come, people would hardly remember. But they remember how you make them feel and how you help them grow. People will never forget that. Oh, this person sponsored my education. No, this person did this. Those are things people hold on to. But what you own might fade away. So legacy starts today. Every decision you make contributes to it. Every decision you are making today, make sure that it is helping somebody, it is impacting lives, it is doing great work for everyone. So that's what I feel about legacy.
Thank you very much. So if every viewer remembers only one lesson from today's conversation, what would you want them to remember? That is, what would that lesson be? Would you summarize your message in one memorable sentence? A sentence that captures.
Okay. If I could leave everyone with one thought, it would be this: don't spend your whole life pursuing what people can see while neglecting what they cannot. Money can be lost, businesses can fail, the market can change, but your character, your wisdom, your relationship, your faith, your health, and your purpose are assets to market that can help you, no matter how market crash or can take away. Build those first, and the visible wealth will have a strong foundation.
Thank you very much, Larry. There have been so many profound insights that you have shared today. Along line, we had some questions from audience that I would quickly want to feature. We are just taking 3 of them, so we just like one minute answer, so that because of time. A viewer from Lagos asks, can someone rebuild invisible wealth after making serious mistakes? What advice will you offer such person?
Yes. Oh, yes. Invisible wealth is just to go back to the drawing board and build these things. Your character, okay, you had a character flaw. That was why you made that mistake. Then build that, correct it, and start doing it right. That's the simple answer.
Okay. Another viewer writes, how do I maintain integrity in a workplace where unethical practices appear to be rewarded? What practical guidance can you give such person?
The age of a lie doesn't make it true. So you continue being keeping your integrity. Just keep doing what you have to do and avoid any compromise.
Mm. And perhaps if you have done everything that you can do and you still have like in a toxic situation, you may have to have the courage to walk away instead of
I
having your
walk away.
character tainted. Yeah, because as we have
Yes, ma'am.
said, character is your ultimate currency to uh, virtually everything. So the third question is, a
Yes, ma'am.
young entrepreneur asks, what should I invest in first, my business or my personal development?
Ah, I'll say your personal development, and while you are doing that, also be investing in your business. You both can grow at the same time as you are involving in your personal development, continue in your business, grow with it, and everything
At
will work
least the
out
reward
fine at
of
the end.
personal development will eventually dovetail in helping your
Work.
business grow. Thank you very much. That's
Yes,
the
ma'am.
much we can take from audience as question. I'll just do a quick wrap up because of our time. It has been an enriching and thought-provoking conversation. Thank you very much, Larry. Today's discussion reminds us that while financial success has its place, it is the unseen qualities are integrity, character, wisdom, resilience, purpose, relationship, health, willingness to serve others that sustain success and give life lasting meaning, as our special guest has really expanded to us. Real wealth begins where money ends. The richest people possesses assets no market can measure. Character is the currency that never loses value. Your greatest investment is who you are becoming. Remember, the greatest wealth you possess may never be visible, but it is often what determines everything else.
Yes.
For a takeaway for our audience from the great insights shared by our guests, we have been made to understand that wealth is more than money. Money is important, yes, but it is only one dimension of a truly wealthy life. Character is your greatest investment. It takes years to build and only moments to destroy. Therefore, you need to really guide it jealously. Relationships are valuable capital. The quality of your network often reflects the quality of your opportunities. Integrity creates lasting trust. Trust often trust often open doors that credentials CVs can not open. Knowledge appreciates over time. Keep learning, adapting, and growing. Like our guest said, the day you stop learning is the day you start dying. So let us not
Yeah.
die. Nobody wants to die. So good health is priceless. Like we say, health is wealth. Without it, other achievements become difficult to enjoy, if not impossible to attain. Purpose gives meaning to success. Achievement without purpose often leaves people feeling empty. You must have purpose, you must have a direction. Service multiplies influence. The more value you create for others, the more value you create for yourself. The more valuable people see you. And we've given, our guests have given a lot of examples regarding this. Legacy is built daily. Every decision contributes to the story people will remember about you, about what you stand for, about your value. Invisible well sustain visible success. So we cannot overlook them. The unseen foundation is what keeps the visible structure standing.
So,
And as we know, foundation is
exactly.
very important in what we do. So as we bring today's program to a close, I'd like to leave you with this final thought. The world often celebrates what is visible: titles, possession, achievements, and wealth. measured in numbers, but the strongest lives are built on things that cannot always be seen. Your integrity when no one is watching, your kindness when no applause follows, your discipline when progress feels slow, your resilience when life becomes difficult, your wisdom in making difficult decisions, your faith in uncertain seasons, and your willingness to lift others as you climb. These are the treasures that neither inflation, economic downturn, nor changing circumstances can take away. So, as you pursue financial success, and you should pursue it with diligence, never neglect the invisible wealth that gives financial success meaning, stability, and impact. To everyone who joined us live from different parts of the world, thank you for your active participation, your thoughtful comments, and your excellent questions. We appreciate every one of you. If this conversation has encouraged or inspired you, don't let it end here. Share it, share the recording with a friend, discuss it with your family, your colleagues, or your team, and put at least one of today's lesson into practice this week. Now, my special appreciation goes to our special guest, Larry. Larry has done us very
Thank
proud. Like I said, he's one of the
thank you,
pillars of
man.
this show. So I thank you very much, Larry, for sharing your time, your experience, and your practical insights with such
You're welcome,
generosity.
man.
Your reflection have
Thank you, man.
challenged us to rethink what it truly means to be wealthy. We deeply appreciate your time and the valuable perspective you've shared with our audience today and what you have been doing for Connect with Comfort at all times. Thank you very much. It has truly
You're
been
welcome,
an
man.
enriching conversation, and we pray God bless you for all that you do. So, my charge to
Amen.
our
Amen.
audience today is that first, on behalf of the entire production team, I thank you for spending this time with us. Please continue this conversation by sharing your biggest takeaway in the comments, and don't forget to follow us on our platforms. The YouTube channel is Comfort Eyitayo, and Instagram and Facebook account is at Comfort Eyitayo. So you'll be notified of future conversation designed to inspire, equip, and empower you. So until we meet again, keep learning, keep growing, keep serving, and keep investing in the wealth that truly matters, that is the invisible wealth. Good night. God bless you. See you next time. Thank you.